I used to screenshot every receipt and forget about it by month end. So I built a Flutter that scans any receipt with your camera, extract the total automatically using OCR, categorize the expenses, and ask an AI assistant why I'm overspending. And I'm going to show you how to build the exact same thing from scratch using AI. Okay, so this part, this right part you see, that is our budget for the month, and our expenses for this month will be captured on this other part automatically, just like I explained earlier. So, well, I'll change the currency. You can increase your expenses, your budget by clicking on budget here, budget, and you can increase any value here. Okay, let's assume I want to increase the estimate from 150 to 350. Okay, so it will increase here as well. Okay, so after having done that, we also want to change the currency to Naira. So default currency will now be change our theme from light mode, from dark mode to light mode. So I'll take it back to mode because I prefer dark mode. Okay, so here's our alright, so let's count one receipt now, and that receipt will be categorized and also if it will subtract from our budget. Okay, so here's the receipt. Um, okay, tell it to scan. I believe I didn't pick very well. The date is 11th July 2026, and the value, the total amount was 2,000 naira, and it has categorized it into grocery because when you look at it very well, you discover that at the top, if you look at the receipt very well, you see uh, Sugarland Jumbo bread. Okay, so bread is categorized as a grocery, so I'll save it. And when you check our expenses, when you check this month, discover that in this month we spent almost 2,000 naira for this month. Okay, there is another receipt here. This receipt, I will scan it. Help it picked. Help you to pick the value very well. This is for cooking gas. So cooking gas, I need to pick it very well. So what I'm seeing here, it didn't pick the value well. That's the total amount. Okay, so total amount picked it, and the date here is 29 July 2029. The reason is because the actual date there is actually 4th of July 2026, but it's not too clear. So if it is not clear to use today's date, so I think it is even better when you buy a product that day, you just enter it that day or the next day. And at least it tried by actually picking a 15,000 total, because if you look at the total very well, not that clear there. So I'll add it as well and discover that our expenses for this month has increased to 17,000 naira. So if you look at it, we discover that on July 11th, we spent 2,000, and today we spent 15,000. There is another one here that was done. This one was so this one is supposed. I don't know to pick today's date as well. Okay, good. This one they picked today's date because this one was in January. It's not actually January, but I don't know. It picked January, so I'll just leave it as January. But let me try again. Let's try again to pick the actual date and the actual try again. Okay, so let's see. So it still pick the same thing, but at least the merchant's name is actually showing there. So the dates at the top, and they didn't pick it very well. So I won't really blame it. I blame the app. So if you save it, it will not add to that 17,000 because that one was in January. So we're talking about this month here. Okay. So we're tracking our expenses now. As you can click on expenses and you see that okay, we have our expenses for this month. We have three expenses already. Okay, we have grocery, we have one, dining, transport. I think in utility, that's where you have two more expenses, but you can see the date. That one is in what? Is in January 2026, and the other one is today, and it was using we use credit card here. So you can actually add it manually as well by using this section. Okay, you can add it manually as well by using this section, and we can use AI to actually check how much we spent on food this month. You can ask it how much. So you discover that we didn't spend anything this last month on food, on grocery. So let's ask how much did I spend on food this month. So for this month we spent 2,000 naira. So let's ask again, how much did I spend on utility utility this month? So it tell you spend 15,000 for utility this month. We also have analytics here to analyze and see the data. Okay. Uh, this is the analysis here. Okay. So though it's still showing in dollar, but we can still change it to naira using the AI prompt we are going to use. Change everything as well. So this for the AI analysis, the AI assistant, and here we can change currency as well to Ghana cedis, which of course are changed to Ghana cedis as well. Okay, we can come here and change it back to Nigerian naira, change our theme to light, change it back to dark, and add other features. We can export this data. Okay, it's exported, it's on the phone. Okay, it's exported. We can export the data as well. All right, and also these are prompts. I'm going to drop the prompt in the either in my GitHub, because I'm going to put the GitHub link in the description below, or or I'll just create a link and put it there, then connect the link to the GitHub. So sit up tight as we go into this journey of creating an expense tracker application using AI. All right, so these are prompts, and we're going to start the app from here. I'll quickly go to my folder and create. I'll come to the location bar and quickly type CMD. Then here I'll create Flutter expense tracker app. Okay, sorry, Flutter create. Okay, so this will create Flutter expense tracker app. And when you refresh, you'll see it here. Flutter, okay, expense tracker. So just quickly copy this same URL, this same address, this same location, and come to my editor. I'm using Antigravity because that is where everything will take place. Okay, and select. You are free to use any editor, but this is what I want to use, and this is where I'm going to post is my prompt. This is the entire prompt. Okay, so just copy the prompt and paste it here. Okay, so if you look at the prompt very well, there is a place where it says integrate a free AI capability. So this part is going to categorize the expenses. Okay, let's just give it to it and see what to come up with. So I'm going to give it the location. So I just copy location, click outside, click anywhere, copy the location, and paste it at the top. The reason I'm doing this is so that it will know that the Flutter app is there already. So I don't want it to create a Flutter app. Okay, I don't want the agent to create a Flutter app. So I've created a Flutter app. It's just for you to enter every other thing that is needed. That way it will be very easy. It won't take more token compared to when you are like to create the Flutter app and generate Flutter app and start taking more tokens. So I'll press enter and allow it to build. Okay, checking my Flutter version to know if I have Flutter there. So I think it will plan the entire process first before actually doing anything. To plan the entire process. So here, okay, this is the implementation plan. Okay, you can see the implementation plan that when you click proceed, it starts creating all necessary files. So you can see that our pub.yaml file it has added everything. So I'll just click accept this. Okay. So as you can see, you see that everything here can just quickly accept and everything will fall in place. So I'll change to another model, use Cloud Sonnets, okay, to continue. So there are some errors here that need to be fixed. Okay, I'll just fix these ones myself. So this is why you still need to understand programming before you can actually use most of these things. It's not a requirement actually. Okay, so as you can see, everything is working perfectly well, no errors. Or you can ignore this, of course, you can ignore this. This is actually coming from here. Can quickly fix this as well so it doesn't just show that red. So I'll just copy this and copy this expense tracker app, paste it here. So this will call from that's all solves that problem. Okay, so we don't really need to see any error. Okay, let me just quickly run my emulator and see. Hmm? All right, so these are our app. And see the settings. Here we can change, I guess we can change, okay, expenses, okay. So we'll go back. So this, here our focus is mainly, okay, let's USD, let's say 400, merchant name, Jumia Pay, Jumia Food, grocery, uh, dining, because we have food there. What time, what date? July 28th, 9 a.m. We use our credit card. Then we use bank transfer, recurring, none, description, tenant. Okay, no receipt saved. Right expenses is saved. Okay, so let's check our expenses. You can see it here. Um, so let's check dining. Dining is not here. Okay, so you can see our expenses here. All right, so AI analytics. Uh, how much did I spend on food last month? Okay, nothing. Uh, let's go again with how much did you spend this month? How much did I spend on food this week? Zero this. So it means because with these expenses we're supposed to have $400. We're still seeing zero. Okay, on groceries. Okay. It's groceries, so there's nothing here. Okay. At what point is okay, show me top spending category. Dining. Okay, so let's see how much did I spend on dining this week? Oh, that's good. So it has categorized everything. I actually wanted to get the API key for this, but there is no need for that. Okay, it has got categorized this. So we know that this is expenses for this week. Okay, so I think the next thing we need to check is how we can actually enter these things with camera, I'll choose uh, from gallery. Okay. Let me just do a quick Google. Let me just say, give me sample receipts to use, or a link to get sample online. Okay. So we can quickly, let's see. Okay. It's telling us we can go to these websites. So I actually came to aistudio.google.com to get the API key, but since it has done the categorization, there's even no need doing that. So let's just quickly get receipt. Let's look for a clean receipt that we can use. Let's look for a clean receipt that we can use. I need something clean. But I think I can just snap my own, and I can just snap my and push to uh, uh, the emulator. Alright, so now I decided to run the app on my phone, and this is my phone. This is my mobile phone. But I had to mirror it here so that you can see. You can see that as I tap, whatever I tap on my phone, see the replica here. Okay. I can see that a design flow. There's there's a flaw in the mobile app design that need to be fixed. Okay. So let me just refresh. So you see that the app will run again. Okay, this emulator, sorry. Ah, my own phone has disconnected. So I'll run it again on my phone. So, so that we can use the AI as well to fix that error. Okay, you can see that what is happening in my phone is exactly what is happening there. Okay, so let's just wait for it to run. So you can see that it's launching. Alright, this is a sample receipt. Save. Okay, so with this error, let's first of all fix these errors that we're seeing here. So I'll quickly copy from here down to here and paste it here. So to fix both errors for us. So while this one is going on, I'll let us wait for it to fix the error first. Um, Once this error has been fixed, we can now scan another receipt. I have one receipt here. I scanned one, and that is where you have these recent expenses, okay, of 121 USD. Okay, that's what I scanned. I tried it with my phone first before. So I tried it with my phone first before actually Okay, so as you can see, it has been fixed and everything is actually working well now. Okay, the design is okay now. So I can quickly take my phone and scan another receipt. I want to scan another receipt. Okay, another receipt. Chart. Okay, so to start extracting and processing. Okay, all right. So this is the other receipt. However, I noticed something that the amount is not well captured. What I'm seeing here is 2000 naira, but I'm seeing 171. I don't know if it's converted it. I don't know where I got that 171 from. Okay, I don't actually know where I got that 171 from. 70.5, I don't know, but wait, let me just do the calculation. I think calculate. Uh, there's even on it. Let me quickly come here and check. 2000 to naira. Sorry, 2000 naira to dollar. It's 1.7, so I don't know why it's giving me 1.7 this. Okay. Uh, but the date is there. The date is 7th. Let me see the date. Okay, 7th, 11th, 2026. Of course, the address is actually, but this amount is what I don't know. I don't know where it's getting it from. So I think that's another thing we need to work on. I won't confirm this yet. Okay, let me just confirm and save. So this has been saved. So we have another grocery here as well. So it's just it picked the category as grocery because this thing was actually gotten from the supermarket. Okay, so one thing I need to tell this AI is that I scanned two receipts and the value of let's use manual. Where is it? Expenses. Enter manual. The value of amount is not correct as it doesn't take total. Also, I guess the amount will be total or amount it is. Okay. Why I also ask it to fix this error that I'm seeing. There's an error here. So I also ask it to fix this error. Okay. And also fix error below. So I just give it to it so that it can scan it and actually let us know. That we will know why we're getting this total of 17.5 $17.51 as against 2009. Okay, so you can see that the expenses for this month is 21. It's supposed to be more than that because if you add this to this one transaction, if you add this to this, it should be more than that. Okay. I get it now. This is for uh, November 7th, and for this month, the expenses is just $21. Okay, so this is what I'm saying now. And you can see it said both issues are clear that the regular expression is too strict. require this and this with exact two decimal places. Real OCR output often has spaces, new line, total, and a number format for this with no decimal. I will build is much more this, okay? So here is a regular expression. This is a regular expression that's only working for read. So let's save it and still have more to add to it. So I'm seeing an error here. There's an error here, invalid. Okay. So it's going to be extracting total either in this format or in this format, or in this format, or in this format, or in this format. Provided it is total, it will extract it. Okay. So I'll just quickly save it. I'll quickly save it. Let me check here again. Okay. You can see that this one is fixed. Okay. You can see that this one is fixed. No more error here. All right. So we can scan again and see if it will give us the actual total for that month. Okay. Uh, so let's see if it will give us the actual. All right. I can see that it's not scanning. Okay. I scan. So you can see it's 200. All right. You can see it's 200 as against 2000. All right. So I think what I will do, this actually can work for uh, a firm outside my country, Nigeria, because I noticed something here. Uh, the total here, I can see that all total are like this. Okay, I can see this. I think this is why it is very important that okay, this is what I will do. I'll scan. I want to snap these three receipts and send to it as a sample. Okay, so it will train these three receipts here. So I'm just going to snap these three receipts. Okay, so these three receipts, I'm going to send it to my system. All right, so I'm going to send it to my system, and yeah, I'm not going to copy this. So I'm going to send it to my system. So it should not use this three receipts to work as a year stick. Okay, these three receipts are from three different businesses. Okay, they're from three different businesses where I stay. So I'm going to use this three receipts to work as a yardstick. All right. Picture will remove here. Put it in the desktop. Yeah. So I'll quickly get this. Attach is three receipt sample from Nigeria supermarket shop. Use that for total amount cash etc. So to now use that, the reason I use total amount and cash it is because I think in one of the receipts I saw okay there's still total here 16,200. Okay, as you can see, it's analyzing the three of them, and here you have price 16,000, and you can see the total is 16,200 paid. So You can see receipt 1, 16,200, receipt 2 is 12, 2,000, receipt 3 is 15,000. So you can see the inconsistency in the three of them. This one has two decimal places, this one has one, this one has two, okay? So it will now work based on that. I think it has changed our currency. Let's see if it has added Nigeria and Naira currency to it. So I think our default currency will now change to Naira. From all indication to change to Naira. Okay. So it has added Naira to it as a Nigerian. It has added Naira to it. Where is it? Constant. Okay. It has added Naira to it. This is it. Nigerian Naira. Okay. It has been added and it's still working now. Rewrite the full OCR service tuned to Nigeria receipt. So, but before that, this is what I will do. Here's the OCR service. Let's quickly rush down to service, OCR service. I want to copy everything here. Jet. Okay, I think I've copied it before it changed. No, didn't. I didn't copy it before it changed. So I actually wanted to keep that for okay, I'll leave it like this. But one thing I want to do, I'll tell it to make it standard even for other countries. Okay, so it doesn't work only for Nigeria alone. So it works for both Nigerian, both Naira and the USD. Okay, I think that is what I'll do. But okay, let's just check something. I'll check again. I'll go again. Let's scan this point. I want to scan this energy, which of course is 16,000. So let's see. So saying this one is utility. All right, I'm saying one. Okay, I'm saying one as a total USD. So it's still not working well. I will screenshot this and send to the AI. So it know that what it has done is still not working as expected. After scanning the amount, one. Alright, so as we can see, the receipt is not actually clear. The receipt is not actually clear. So I think that is why it has given us that. I'll try another receipt. Let me try another receipt that's a bit clearer, like this one. It has 2,000 naira. So let's see if it will give us the 2,000 naira as expected, because I noticed the last receipt we did, yeah, it's working perfectly well. So we have the 2,000 naira, which we are seeing here, and the dates above. Okay, so we can just quickly save this as well. So you can see that but the issue now is that our currency, let's see if we can change our currency. I think that's and that we need to work on, so we can change our currency as well, because we cannot be can change our let's see if we can change our currency. I think I'll work on that. user should have ability to change currency as well. So once this one is done, we'll okay, global standard. Let's refresh and see what we have in the global standard as well. So we'll also try it again with the 2000 and the other one. Uh, so I've instructed it to allow users change their currency to their default country. Okay, so that way it will not mislead anybody. So let me try 2000. So let's see if it will still give us the 2000 that we. Alright, give us the 2000 as well. I'll save this. Let's say this to give us the 16,000 hereabouts. Or if it will give us $1. So it's still, sorry, it's still processing here. Alright, good. We have 15,000. Okay, though this is supposed to be 16,000. It's saying 15,000. Okay, it's 15,000. Yeah, it's 15,000. So it's for utility. Save it. So knowing our utility, so we can check, we can see our expenses. Okay, so in this month I know how much I spent. I can change it. Okay, for dining, for grocery, for utility. Okay, so I can, from what we have done here, means we can go to our settings and change. So it means we can go to settings and as well change so it has added more. So it's adding more countries to make it more global. Okay, to make it global. I said show USDT, symbol title and this. Okay, so what it's saying now is that default currency setting. What we added, replace the tiny drop down with proper. Alright, so come here. I'm yet to see where we can change our currency. I'm still trying to figure out where we can change the currency. Set appearance and preference. Okay. I'm yet to see these settings. These settings and it. Okay, so let me just quickly copy this link, paste it here, so we know where it was called. Okay, after budget, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so budget is not showing. So let's let it know that these two. Oh, sorry, this is what I'm looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these two nav bar, sorry, button nav are not displaying or showing. So you can see that in the entire project, we just use AI to create everything. Okay, we're not really doing much. We just use AI to create everything. We didn't write, not sure, yeah, we didn't write any code. Just AI doing everything for us. So you just want to prompt the AI, give it instruction, and it will do that. Okay. Oh, there is something I also noticed here that if you tap this month, okay, so you can see that we have budget, we have this. So there's something I think I'll remove. We have budget here. So budgets can be here. These settings can be at the top as this setting. Okay, so that setting will be at the top. Analytic is here, AI is here. So I think what I can do is to remove this from here, uh, which is very okay. I'll remove these settings. This settings is going to live here. Okay, okay, so take these settings out. That way I don't have this error. Okay, so we have 6 here. We have 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is very okay. Then at the top here we have, I think it should be in this home page. Here we have, uh, there is this, think after, okay, this here, navigate to this. So I will just say to navigate to this screen. So what I'll do, I'll come here and say, hmm, navigator dot push. Okay, push material page routes, material page routes. Okay, that is going to be context. It will return this page. Okay, so a page is set. So here, when you click here, to take you to settings. Default country is Nigeria. So our default is okay like this. Okay. So when we are scanning, we know that these are expenses for this month. But then there is something I actually want to take. I actually noticed that if I click on this month to take me here, I mean this month here, if I click on it to take me here. But I think it should be that okay, it's okay this way. It's okay. Alright. So with this, we've been able to work on expense tracker application. And if you have, okay, our expense track application. So if you love this video, please do not forget to try something different. And here you can see that in July 11th, we spent $2,000. Okay, let me change it to Naira so it doesn't confuse. We spent 2,000 Naira on July, that July 11th. spent 2,000 naira. So there's something I discovered that in this A, in our AI assistant, when you ask how much I spent last month, okay, on food, so you didn't spend anything last month, okay. Now, when I ask how much I spent in November, sorry, on food, I just want to highlight this. I don't want to copy and paste. See that it's giving you 2,000 naira, okay, on grocery this month across. So I'm actually asking for November and it's giving me 2,000 naira. I want to ask for last month, it's saying I didn't spend anything. You understand? You're seeing 1,000, you're seeing 0 naira, you're seeing 2,000. And if I ask it for July, it's still going to give me value. Now, I was like, okay, maybe it's referring to the future, but I use spent. So let me just take it to 2025 and see the results. Okay, so when I choose 2025, came up with your past input and prepare a new expense for that for 2025. So it saw that money, that amount, 2020, that year 2025 is seeing it as an amount. Okay, seeing it as an amount. So rather than a question. So I had to screenshot everything and give it to the AI to actually work on. So I'll tell it to continue. Okay, tell it to continue because it was actually working on it. Ignore the specific month, every question return. Query add expenses, how much I spent 25. Create a new expense proposal instead of querying. Okay, so it's working on that. And I believe, okay, I can see both bugs clearly now. These are the bugs. Okay, these are the bugs. Which expense in August hit create expenses. So let's use the word how much I spend. But it seems when you see spent, 2025. Okay, all right. So the word spent is actually a problem there. When I use the word spent, it actually changed everything. But you look at it now, as I said, August 2025 said 2,000 naira as against zero because in August in November we really didn't spend any, but the expenses is from July. So I don't know. It's picking the July. It's seeing the 11th as uh, as November instead of uh. So it has changed everything now. So it's seeing the 11th as November instead of. Okay, so I'll refresh the app so that we can prompt it again to ask that same question. Okay, sorry, I have to use this. So to reload. Alright. So let's quickly ask the AI again. Same questions we asked initially. Uh yeah, we'll now ask how did my flight to grocery as well. Okay. So yeah, we'll now ask the same question. I will just paste. Okay. How much I spent in November. So mind you, November might be November this year. So I just want to make it November 2025. Okay, sorry, 2025. Okay. Uh on food. So I'll click OK, say no grocery expenses found for November 2025. Okay. So let's also check for November 2026 for this year. Okay, after our corrections. for this year. And same thing, no expenses gross refund for November 2026. Okay, so let's ask again for July 2025. Okay, no expenses for 2025. So we check for July 2026. 2026. All right. Um. So total expenses for this year 2026 is 2,000 naira. Okay. So there is another thing we can ask here. Top. Show me my top three spending category. Okay. No, no all category expenses found for this week. Okay. Okay. For last week. Okay. Let's check for last week. Show me top my top three spending category. Okay. It's still there's something I really need to show me my top three spending categories for last week. Okay, it is 2000. Okay, that is last week, 11th. Good. That is last per week. Okay, still falls on last week as well, 11th. But for this week, we've not gotten any expenses. Okay, so it's right, it's okay, it's correct. Okay, let's also check. Did I overspend in October? Let's check. There's no, okay, so this is July. Did I go over budget in July? All right. So the response is not really okay. All right, because let's screenshot this and send to the AI again for better prompting. Okay, for better prompting. So I'll ask the AI for better prompting. So you see that the last two questions, the response to the last two questions are not okay. So you check it and let us know if it is okay. All right. Of course, they are not actually okay. So to check it and rephrase. Okay. Okay. If you look at it very well, it says, did I go over budget in October? Return no category expense. The query too clear rat bug for the screenshot. Okay. Uh, did I hit okay over? All right. Fix priority rat budget. Okay. So it's fixing it now because it's actually a problem. All right. So after that, there is another part where I will also look at because we we have not been able to see how we can enter our budgets. Okay. I have not seen how we can input our budget. Okay. That's another thing. So I've not seen how we can input our budget. So let's check this again for this. Since it has been resolved, we'll go over it again and say, and as did I go, sorry, so that you can see my screen did, right? Did I go over, what's the question again? Budgets in July. Yes, in July you spent 2000 naira, which is 600 over your total budget of 1400. Okay, but still, I still want to check if what we did initially is still actually working. Okay, uh, for November 2025. So let's see if it is still working. Okay, so we don't so it doesn't look like we are overriding what we've done before now. Are you getting the point? So I'll ask again for November 2026. Okay, no grocery. For July 2025, 2025. Okay, so for July 2026, good, which is very, very okay. So it's actually working very well. So what I will do, I will try and see how we can add to our budget. Okay, here is to enter your API key, and here is to export to CSV, which of course it has okay, it's exporting is working. Here is to backup, and here is to clear. So I think the major thing here is light and dark mode. And here is dark mode, which of course I've been using. And there is something I actually need add. So I actually also want to check how we can add to our budget. Okay, so that's something that we need to do. Okay, budget, good. So our budget here can be increased. Okay, grocery, 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to see how we can I don't think this is it. Category budget 5,000. So let's check here. All right, so this is how we can enter the budget. So there is no need. So it means it is the total of, here's the budget. So the entire total. So you can see that here we have 2000 naira. So let's ask the AI again to see if we have overspent. If we have overspent, did I go over budget in July 2025, 2026? In July 2026, you spent within budget. So you can see that it's giving an insight on what we spent. You understand? So it's giving an insight on what we have spent so far. So drop a comment below. What feature would you add to the app? Budget alert, WhatsApp export, voice input. The top suggestion gets built in the next video. And of course, the full source code is linked in the description. Start the repo if it saves you time, and if you want to see how I handle the AI feedback when there is no internet, that's that logic is right there in the offline NPL agent. Go and explore it. And please do not forget to subscribe so we can be putting more videos out there for you. See you in the next video. Bye bye.